Hello friends, welcome to the Say It Loud podcast. I'm your host, Matt Jones. It's a very exciting time of year. This is my favorite time of the year. It's the Too Damn Hot Affair coming up at Antone's on August 31st. It's a Saturday night, one of the greatest lineups you'll see. Of course, Fair City Fire's going to be there. Ace Sinclair, Lola Tried, Megafauna, some of the best rock musicians in Austin. It's going to be a hot ticket. Get yourself one. I'll be hosting the night. It's going to be silent auctions, fun and games, booze, dancing, great rock and roll. It's all to benefit the SIMS Foundation. Speaking of SIMS, we had James Whelan come onto the show. He's the marketing associate for SIMS. He's been on the show before. He came on we're promoting the show, obviously, but he told us kind of the state of SIMS right now. SIMS is so successful. They've been doing great work providing the musicians of Austin access to affordable mental health care, recovery, and it's almost become too successful. They recently were encountering some funding problems, but the community's been great about responding. This show, the Too Damn Hot Affair, full support. All proceeds are going to be going to the SIMS Foundation because it's so important. We talked about what SIMS is doing now, how musicians can enroll in the SIMS program, and a little bit about Fair City Fire's experiences with SIMS. So be sure to come to the Too Damn Hot Affair. Be sure to visit simsfoundation.org. It's a great cause. It's great music. It's so much fun. James is a cool cat. We like having him on the show. So we appreciate James coming by. Come visit him at Antone's on August 31st and enjoy this podcast. Thanks for listening. All right, let's get going then, eh?
Yeah,
I'll boot
try.
it. I'll boot it. Huh?
I'll boot it. Huh?
Figure it out.
Figured it.
Hey there.
Figured it.
Oh, hey there. Been watching some Letterkenny.
Oh
on
my
the Hulu,
God.
on
Oh,
the Hulu.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
I just watched the first episode.
God,
a week
it's
ago.
so. It takes a minute to
fun.
get into it. It's
Right.
so
Yeah.
good though.
We got that. We started doing that on tour there. Just turned it on one day. I was like, guys, take a chance with me, but I'm gonna throw on this show I've been hearing about. Here we go.
Super good.
Definitely, the first season's like, what the heck is happening? And then you get into it. They start continuing jokes into like season 6. You're like, oh fuck yeah, I get it.
Hey, aren't you supposed to like talk to them on the tour? Like be a tour guide?
What?
You.
What
Like,
do you mean?
You're playing videos for them on the.
No. On tour, on band tour.
Yes.
On Fair City Fire
Yes.
band tour. That gets confused
Yes.
a lot,
I
actually.
thought you were talking about Austin.
Hey,
Detours.
can you tell me about?
That's not the
Sorry,
only
no.
time that happens, actually, ever.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome to Austin. We're gonna put you on the bus and we're gonna watch Rocky 4.
Yeah. So look around. There's Austin to your left. There's Austin to your right. But in front of you is Cinematic Gold.
Yeah. Cool.
Buddy.
Well, let's get into it.
Okay.
Well, Austin Detours, but James Whelan is here today.
James
A two-time
Whelan.
guest. Whelan. Why don't I
Yeah,
say
I
that?
think I corrected you last time too.
You did.
Yeah,
I believe
You
you're
did.
Yeah.
I believe it.
and I was gonna let it go, but then I really just
Oh, yeah,
thought
don't let it
that.
go.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't let it go the first time, so
Yeah.
I need to be consistent.
We gotta leave that
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whelan. Whelan's a way better name too, isn't it?
I think so.
I feel like Whelan's old hat. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wheel is too many wheel names. Wheeler.
Well, I think
Okay.
that's
I
I think that's
great.
about it, actually,
Zach,
too. I
Zach
also-
Wheeler.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mets players.
Wheels.
Wheel.
As they
Wheels
call
are pretty
them, yeah.
useful, but
Yeah.
whales are, I
Yeah.
think, a lot cuter.
Greatest invention ever. Yeah, the whale.
The whale, yeah.
The way.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jesus.
James Whelan, Brett Winning, Fair City Fire, Brian Wolf.
Hey, what? Excuse me.
And Mr. Joe of Austin Detours.
Hello. I'm playing double role today.
Yeah. Well, the connection, James, obviously, of SIMS Foundation, Joe of Fair City Fire, and Austin Detours.
Yes.
So Austin Detours supporting the Too Damn Hot Affair, August 31st at Antone's, and in support of SIMS Foundation,
Yeah.
which James, you've been working with for several years now.
A little over 2 years
2
now.
years,
Yeah.
What is it, like marketing director? Or
Marketing associate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I handle all things that we do online, all of our events, all of our volunteer coordination, and yeah, just general outreach of what we do.
Yeah, you guys are out there. I see, like, for a nonprofit, you guys definitely have some
Right.
like social media presence, and I always see your posts, and it seems I don't know. It wouldn't seem like it'd be a priority in a nonprofit to have that kind of reach, but you guys seem to do a good job of it.
I mean, yeah,
I must have seen, at this point have seen at least 8 events now that are all like supporting Sims. Like I think there's boat parties on the water that are happening this summer,
Yeah,
and then there's
on the water.
our event, and just, I mean, it's just cool to see Sims all over the place. Like,
It's been awesome.
getting some great support from great shows.
Yeah. It's just, I think more and more as we're helping people throughout Austin, we're just seeing them want to give back, which is incredible because they kind of see how going through Sims to get whatever kind of mental health services they have, has benefited them. And so they want to make sure that other people are kind of getting that same benefit. So, we've been busy. We've been out there quite a bit. It's good that you're noticing our social media. I'm not a social media person usually, but I guess I will do it for a good cause. I told my mom recently, when I was visiting, she was like, "Who does your social media?" I was like, "I do," and she was like, "Really?"
You have no personal presence online. Actually, so I guess we talked about it in the last podcast when you were here, but can I guess just quickly give you a little elevator speech of Sims? I'm sure you have to do that all the time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So SIMS Foundation is a nonprofit based right here in Austin, Texas. And we provide musicians and people who work in the music industry and their dependent family members access to affordable mental health care and substance use recovery services. So we've been around for about 24 years. Next year we'll be heading into our 25th. So we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
And so we're able to kind of work as a case manager for people in the music community to get them into individual counseling, couples counseling, band counseling, psychiatric services, or any kind of substance use recovery services, and also help defray the costs. Since we're working on a sliding scale, and a lot of people in Austin or just in music in general don't make a lot of money.
No.
Go figure. And mental health care is expensive. So if we're able to kind of help assist people with that, then we do as much as we can. So that's what we do.
And
Nice.
can I go ahead and ask you to kind of explain how it got started too, just if
Sure.
people aren't familiar with that as well?
Yeah. So back in the early 90s, there was a band here in town called Pariah, and they were really getting a lot of traction, and had just signed to a major record label. And their bassist, his name was Sims Ellison. He suffered from depression, and eventually he lost that battle and took his own life. And so in response to that, his father, along with some other local music business leaders, started the SIMS Foundation as a way to try to make a little bit more of a permanent, lasting change rather than just put up a memorial somewhere, put on, an event. They wanted to make sure that people were able to get the help that they needed. And it, just kind of started from there with just a couple people who had an idea, and has just blossomed into something else altogether. And now it's become a model that other cities are actually, coming to us and saying, hey, we want to start something like this wherever we are, or we have an organization that does something similar. And they've been asking, for our help on kind of what are your blueprints? How do you do what you do? So it's great that just this, it was a terrible kind of tragic beginning, but it's turned into something that has helped a lot of people and saved a lot of lives.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Does it feel? I mean, I guess it would. If you're I don't know why you say it wouldn't be, but does it feel effective? Like, when you're there, if other cities are coming to ask you about it, do you feel comfortable? Like, yeah, we've got this nailed down. Like, this program here is firing.
Yes.
Yes.
I think just in the life of a nonprofit, you're always still just trying to figure out where you're making mistakes and how to improve things. And for what we're doing, we've seen at least the the service side of what we've done has absolutely been incredibly effective, as well as just our ability to get out there and try to erase some of the stigma around mental health.
Right,
So we always have our organizational challenges, being a small nonprofit, but I think the work that's been done by all the people in the couple decades before leading up to this, and the people that we've got now who are moving the organization forward, what we've done has been really effective and really incredible.
Does it seem like the stigma of mental health has kind of evaporated in the last few years? I mean, it's, in popular culture and television movies, it's been such a highlighted issue that I think it is starting to get, erased a little bit, and we're starting to recognize it in each other and in certain industries and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Is that still the number one challenge, though, you think? Just kind of erasing that?
I think there's still a lot of work to be done in erasing that. I think we've made a lot of strides. It's certainly, mental health is something that's certainly talked about way differently now than it was even just a few years ago. Like when I think back to how it was talked about when I was, younger, it's like, okay, you want to go see, a shrink, or they're going to send you in the loony bin, like, some kind of stuff like that. And people didn't really want to get help or go to therapy or anything like that because they assumed that if you do that, then there must be something wrong with you. And so it's the narrative around that has really changed quite a bit in recent years. And it's, I think that stigma is not necessarily there for certain cultures. But, in general, there still is, when we talk about mental health and we talk about it in, just kind of Austin being a local thing, there are still so many other cultures out there that mental health is talked about differently. Since we have an incredible Mexican population here, mental health is talked about very differently. There are still a lot of stigmas associated with it, and we see that. And and within the Black community as well, it's still something that's changing. And so, with, I guess, speaking as a privileged white guy, it's like, we love talking about mental health. We're just like, hey, nice to meet you. Who's your therapist? And do you want to hear about all of the different mental illnesses that run in my family? Like, we just throw it out there, and it's, and it's, So when we see, I think, stigma kind of reduced, a lot of times we're taking for granted the fact that we're seeing that stigma reduced in generally more of a, kind of white cultures. And so there's still a lot of work to be done elsewhere. But even then, I think that a lot of those walls are being knocked down.
And you're not wrong, too. Like, that's, as someone who's raised in, like, a Mexican-American family and stuff like that, like, it's definitely stigmatized. Like, I went through SIMS for a little bit, and even just telling my parents, it was like, are you okay? I was like, well, yeah, I'm even more okay now, like, than I even was, because I went through SIMS and I actually did it. So it's like it is definitely a, or if, like, that's something in the family, like, maybe that doesn't get talked about, or, like, that person is cast, not aside, but just definitely treated differently than maybe other people and stuff.
Yeah, totally. I wonder, too, if it's, like, a generational thing as well, I think, because,
I think this younger generation is embracing, like, mental health
I think
lot.
so. I think it's more, like, normalized now, when we've kind of grown up into it, talking about it and stuff. But, like, I don't know, just bringing it up with my family too is kind of the same thing. I get therapy through SIMS as well, and kind of talking about that was just a initial shock, like, for them. And it was just like, well, it's really not like that big of it. Like, a lot of people do it.
Exactly.
It's like,
and you talk to anybody our age, and they're like, "That's great. That's awesome. Like, sweet.
Right.
Who's your person? Can we compare? Compare notes? Compare cards?"
Yeah, and it's just something like you said. I feel like, a lot of people from an older generation, just seem to think, oh, there's something wrong with you. We need to check in. Like, I'm always here for you anytime. It's like, well, Thank you. That's amazing. But also, this other support is really nice.
What you do is you take those feelings and you put them in your gut.
Yeah.
And you just leave them there.
Ulcers, what's an ulcer?
Enjoy your heart attack at 60 years old. It's part of being a man.
Dad, is that you?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. He's not like that.
Well, it seems too that like with pop culture and fame and stuff going on, there's like even sports, you see a lot of that, more people being open about it, very openly, and that kind of trickles down to the common person.
I think you see that a lot. I think the NBA and the NHL have both been really, really good in terms of taking care of their players' mental health and some of the programs that they started, and just the way that they have some of these conversations. And the more that you have people kind of out there, instead of selling shoes, I mean, they still sell shoes. Now instead they're selling the idea that you can ask for help and it's okay. Seeing more and more people, the celebrity kind of culture that we have in this country, there's still a lot of problems with that, but when it can be used for good in times like that, it's been really it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So mental health is not a one size fits all kind of thing. So it's been a huge learning experience for me, just understanding how different cultures talk about it and how I'd need to kind of approach it differently and sort of get out of my own little bubble.
Yeah. And I think if someone gets through the stigma of it, my guess it'd be one of the other challenging things for someone is just to get started. Like to say, I'm okay seeking help, but I don't know what to do. Like, okay, I'm gonna call SIMS or Compa. Like, what do they experience? Like, if they call you or contact you, what is the process for a person or a group getting help?
Yeah. So they basically have two forms that they would have to fill out on our website at simsfoundation.org, and there would just be a client intake form. And then there would be a confidentiality kind of agreement form. So with that, all that we're trying to do is really make sure that they qualify. So we try to keep it as simple as possible, where you just have to show that you've made some amount of money working in the music industry here in Austin and or the surrounding counties in the past year. So as long as they're eligible and they just kind of fill out these couple forms, then one of our staff clinicians reaches out to them, just says, hey, how's it going? What is it that you want to get help with? And they just learn a little bit more about what that person's wants and needs are. And they say, okay, well, here's a direction we can take. Do you want to go ahead and kind of go in that direction? And so it's really up to what people want to do. Like if they call us up and then they just kind of have second thoughts and they're like, okay, I don't want to actually move forward, then it's, we're not going to force them into any kind of treatment that they're not wanting to do. So, but in general, we try to make it as easy a process as possible, because especially knowing when it comes to mental health, and it's something that a lot of people get nervous about, you want to ease any kind of anxiety or any kind of stress that goes along with it.
Do they have the ability to walk in as well, or is it all online?
It's all online. We don't. If people walk in, we'll totally sit down and talk to them, have a conversation if we're able to. In general, we just don't have the staff capacity to handle walk-ins in that sense. But if they come in, we can sit them down and actually just go through the forms with them if they have any questions or any issues with that.
Yeah, I mean it's nice to know that.
Yeah.
What's the kind of state of SIMS right now? I know there is success right now. I think you have almost like 700 artists or something in services, or is that this year? Or?
We had I think we had helped out over 800 artists in the last 12 months or so. Now.
Wow.
Yeah. And in terms of new clients this year in 2019, we have seen over twice the amount of new clients coming to get services from SIMS than we had at this point last year.
Wow.
And that just goes back to just the reduction of mental health stigma, and just how it's become easier for people to start seeking help, and just also that we've been taking more of an emotional wellness kind of approach to what we're trying to do, and we're seeing that that's working. Whereas instead of saying, hey, come to SIMS if you've got substance use issues, come to SIMS if you have mental illness issues, if something's going on, we're just like, come to SIMS. You can just go to counseling just to help you kind of keep your business organized, and just have someone to sort of keep you honest with yourself. There's a lot of good reasons to get into things like counseling and be proactive about that, so that you can make sure that you're that you're taking care of your mental health and you're checking in with yourself. So we're seeing a lot more people who don't have any reason to want to come to SIMS except someone told them, hey, going to therapy has been awesome for me, and you should do it too, and they listened. So,
of course, the double-edged sword of the success that you guys have had is that with the increase in numbers and new clients, that it's now putting pressure. I mean, you guys have been public about it, but it's putting pressure on the financial viability of SIMS. And I know you guys have been, again, with the social networks out there saying, hey, we need support. This is important. We want to keep doing it, and we want you guys to keep supporting it. Have you guys gotten a response to that yet, or how's that going?
Yeah. We put out a call to our supporters, to just the music community in general, just letting them know that, we're in a financial crunch. The influx of new clients was something that we were happy to see, but we just weren't ready for in terms of having enough money to be able to serve them at the level we'd like to. So when we went and kind of, came out and said, hey, we need some help, the response from the community was just unbelievable. We've had so many musicians and promoters and venues and just people all throughout the music industry just reaching out and saying, how can we help? I'll just see people at concerts, and they, if they know that I'm from SIMS, they're like, I don't know what I can do for you guys yet, but I want to do something. And so, and so I'm going to figure it out, and then I'm going to get in touch with you. So I've seen, I think more SIMS benefits come up in these last couple months than we had seen previously in a while. So it's been a lot of fun, but it's also been, just really heartwarming. And so even though we've been in this financial situation, just being able to be part of different benefits is kind of showing that the city cares. The city's musicians care about giving back. And plus, I think you guys said that you were going to raise $500,000 at the Two Dam Hot Affair.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be in any kind of financial situation after that, right?
$15 ticket.
You heard it here first.
400
folks.
capacity to Antone's. That's about
The math checks out.
I think so. Yeah. I'm not an accountant or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you
perfect.
keep that going? Because that was like a moment of crisis until people jump in, but you got to be strategizing, obviously, to maintain kind of an intake of donations and support throughout the whole year. So how do you guys strategize being present? I mean, what's the goal? I mean, is it to get businesses in Austin to donate? Those kinds of connections, or how do you approach it?
Businesses, individuals. We've been seeking new sources of income from grants and stuff like that. But we've really just been trying to engage, especially new businesses in Austin, and just kind of letting them know this is, who we are. This is what we do for your community. We help, keep Austin just a vibrant place that people want to live in. So, we're challenging you to give back. And so, we're still we're still kind of scrapping for every dollar. But we've all as a staff and with our board of directors have just all been rallying together around this to make this happen. And I think when I am very optimistic and positive that we are going to be fine in just a matter of time once we find some of these new funding sources. And once that happens, I think we're going to be a stronger organization than ever because of just the lessons that we've learned and just the way that we've had to come together and get out there to make sure that we're viable. So,
do you guys accept, or is there city funding for SIMS, or is that something you're trying to dip your toes into, or I don't even know if that's even something that's available, but
yeah,
I didn't know if somebody was trying to get on the council, like talk to people on city council or whatever, and see if there's any kind of funding there for you guys there.
Yeah, I know that I think we've gotten some support from the city in terms of funding. In general, fundraising is not my area.
Okay.
But I know that at least the ATX Music and Entertainment Division has reached out, and they've been really supportive and wanting to help in whatever way we can. But yeah, I'm not too sure about what funding we're getting from the city.
Do you have a theory of what would work best, or do you have an idea of some kind of the way to go about it, like in your mind? I know you're.
I think if one generous billionaire wanted to just give us a lot of money, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But in lieu of that, I think right now what we're seeing is sort of what's working, where we're just getting more people involved with the organization and finding more donors and finding more high dollar donors as well. So it's just really got to be kind of, I think, a mix of both, where you can't just have huge business donations and not have the support of individuals in the community. Like, it's really important to have all of those like $5-10 donations that come in from people.
Yeah, those add up. I mean, it's like it's it's kind of like a very hackneyed thing to say, but all the little numbers add up over time too. And so even when this event, whatever amount of money we raise, it won't be at billionaire status, but
the important thing I feel like too is with that is like if you like going out to shows and you like seeing these bands and stuff, you don't know if that band is maybe using SIMS or something like that, but you want to keep seeing their shows and stuff. So when you donate to SIMS, you're like helping keep that person out there playing music, and that like is a cyclical thing. You know what I mean? It's like
donating to the culture of Austin.
Yeah, exactly.
It's livelihood.
Yeah, and even if it's not directly touching like a musician or someone who works at the venue, it's still going to impact a lot of these places, just kind of based on some of the programs that we've started, where we've gotten out there and we're doing things like music venue trainings, where we sit down and we've especially been doing it lately with Red River venues. Where we'll talk to the staff about things like sexual assault and sexual harassment and in the workplace, how you deal with that, with customers when it's your own, staff as well. Talk about things like substance use and the different issues that can come along, as well as doing naloxone training, because if we're able to kind of arm some of these venues with Narcan and you've got someone who might be overdosing, it's an amazing thing that they can just go out and save their lives right there.
Absolutely.
And we can train them on doing that. So we're trying to also find new ways, instead of waiting for people to come into the office, to just get out there and talk to them and help them help themselves.
That's great.
Those are really creative ways to be proactive, man.
Yeah.
I read about that, I think, the other day. You've got like a Safer Venues Festival or something?
September 7th.
That just got announced. I'm really excited about it.
Did I get the name right? Safer
Venues Fest, yeah. It's
cool.
It's in conjunction with the Red River Cultural District. So we've got quite a few venues on board. And it's and quite a few other nonprofit organizations as well. who do a lot of really great work in this city. And so what it was born out of was just kind of these music venue trainings where we wanted to try to find a better way to to support the employees and and then the people who go to shows as well, and the community at large. We've got we've got our homeless population downtown, and we are seeing a lot of the venues down there have actually sort of taken notice, just that there needs to be more done to help a lot of these people, many who are suffering from mental illness, and it's having to take a different approach to the problem. Whereas I think there might have been a time where people saw it more as this is creating more of a problem on my ability to have fun tonight. Now we're sort of taking a step back and being like, well, no, this is our community in general. Like, these people are also, should matter to me and be treated with dignity. And so with Safer Venues Fest, it's really just meant to be promoting just an inclusive, safe culture for all. So that's, it's not just the musicians or people working at venues, but it's also people who are going to shows, the people who live around the community as well. I just can't wait for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's cool.
Cool, man. So that's September 7th. I think it's over several different venues, right? On Red River and whatnot,
yeah. Mohawk, Empire, Barracuda, Swan Dive, Cheer Up Charlie's, Scratch House. I think I'm missing one, but yeah.
Cool. And then the August 31st 2Damn Hot Affair, one of the companies that's supporting SIMS. Well, Joe, we mentioned earlier, Austin Detours.
Yeah.
Which is, you probably see them around, the little van tours.
Yeah. If you've noticed, if you've seen any blue vans, or now we have a white and a black van driving around with people with their headsets on, it's probably us.
Yeah. People gawking out the window.
Oh, yeah. They're gawking at you. We tell them to gawk, actually. I'm one of the guides there at Austin Detours. And so there's... I lost my train of thought.
I mean, they wanted to get involved, right?
No, they did. So I walked into the office one day, and basically there was an effort to put an Austin Detours event out there to try and raise money for SIMS, because every year we do some kind of charity event. You know what I mean? Whether that's just us going out, like one year we did Central Texas Food Bank, and everybody from Austin Detours went, and we packed boxes for a couple hours, and we made a whole day out of it. So each year we try to do some kind of event. We'll raise a bunch of money for a charity or something around town. And they wanted to do SIMS, and then we were having an event, and it just kind of lined up to where it was like, let's just combine these efforts and try and get as much money as we can for a great organization. So it ended up working out. So we'll be partnering, of course, with the band Fair City Fire, which is weird to talk about in the abstract or the third whatever. But we partner with us as well to make this happen. And so it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're hopefully getting some good silent auction things going on out there. But Antones is a huge part of all our, we'll do live music crawls, or we'll just do private shows there and stuff, and Antones is just a great space to do it. So worked with them a few times just through being a tour guide and stuff like that, and it's all coming together. Yeah.
Incestuous charity.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. And they're a local business too.
Great album title.
As far as things go, they're a local business as well. They've been around for 4 years, maybe 4.5 years. I've been there for now 3, and all about just having the hands in the local area, local community, things like that.
Yep.
I was just, my brain was focusing on incestuous charity. It's like, watch what happens when I walk in on my stepsister donating money to my charity.
That's good.
Yikes.
It's a way different video than I'm used to watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
Charity Hub.
CharityHub.com.
Yeah. CharityHub.com. Yeah. Nice. Let's play a game.
Yeah.
Or let's answer some important questions. So, in the spirit of helping others and people, We are in a position to do that today through the vehicle of Yahoo Answers. So I've mined some questions from Yahoo that we are all more than qualified to answer and help these folks get through what they're going through. So just kind of go around the circle here. We call it the simple truth, and we will deliver it. So I'll give a question to everybody, but if this is an open source, kind of answering service. So if you feel like you can answer, jump in on it. All right. We'll start with Brett. How should I punish my 17-year-old son for having a girlfriend? I went through his phone and found out he has a girlfriend. How should I punish him?
Take his phone away.
Yeah.
Is that going to stop him from having a girlfriend?
Probably. 17-year-old
weird, right?
not without
Yeah.
a phone. I mean, like,
She's going
think
to move
about
on
it.
to the next 17-year-old with a phone.
Do they know how
Yeah.
to communicate without a phone?
Ooh, that's good. I mean, yeah.
When I was in school,
Hopefully safely.
I was writing notes.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Mhm.
texting. So I'm thinking, take the phone away. That should do it.
You don't think it's going to be analog contact?
Wait,
between
yeah, what if
him
he
and-
starts sending
Yeah.
notes? Did that work
Yeah.
for you?
It just depends on it. Does she go to the same school?
Yeah.
You're gonna see each other at school. Does this guy have a car? Is he gonna be able to drive to see her? I mean, he's not gonna be able to sext any pictures if he doesn't have a phone. So
That's true.
Relationship
Maybe he's
dead.
out there sexting. Maybe that's the problem.
yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
that's what mom really.
What
found.
age is
What
it okay
found?
to start sexting, though?
What if it inspires him to just go old school and gets, just put some Polaroids
Yeah.
in her mailbox or something?
The good thing of Polaroids is they make you look good, no
Polaroids.
matter what the lighting is.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you might just be inspiring his creativity.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
There it
if you
is.
take that phone out of his hand, what's he going to do with that hand?
Yeah.
He's going to go learn smoke signals.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Trading digits for digits. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Take the phone away.
Take the phone away.
Take the phone away.
That's a good
That's
answer.
not going to work at all.
No.
I could. Who knows? We got any other options?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
I mean,
No, I don't
yeah.
think
I'm not
so.
hearing anything
Can't-
from the group.
Can't
Move.
hit him.
You can move.
Can you?
To
Or how
a
old
new
is it
place.
too old to go through your kid's cell phone?
Yeah, also, like, what's that about, lady?
Wait.
Some
Did we ever learn that this was a mom that was upset?
I mean,
we don't know.
It's
Yeah.
if they really want to
Just
punish
assume
them,
gender.
they need to encourage the relationship to just become more serious. Since if they're 17, then they're probably going off to college in a year or two. So you get them into a real serious relationship, and then encourage your kid to go to school out of state.
Break their hearts.
So then they try to do that long distance high school sweetheart that
Yikes.
relationship in college that's going to completely fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And destroy
they
him
do.
as a human being.
Yeah,
So
he'll
if you
be-
really want to punish him,
Yeah.
Super depressed for
Yes.
months on end.
yeah,
The long
Yeah.
con.
you're gonna have to
It's
break
like-
his heart.
Yeah, the
It's like if you're
long
trying to
con.
get your kid to stop smoking cigarettes, you make him smoke,
A
the
bunch
whole
of cigarettes.
pack in a
right?
couple minutes,
Eat the whole pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the
exactly.
same deal. You get the whole pack of cigarettes of relationships. you know?
I had a buddy growing up.
See what I'm see where
That
I'm
his
going there?
mother
Yeah.
his mother did do that.
Oh, no.
Made him eat like 5 or 6
Eat them?
cigarettes. Yes.
Eat them?
Yeah.
That's not
Why
what you're
eat
doing. Yeah, because that's not what you're doing
Do
when
you
you
know how
smoke
to
them.
do
That
cigarettes?
doesn't
Wow.
seem, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he stopped smoking, but he threw up everywhere.
Oh, God.
He probably didn't eat any cigarettes after that.
No.
Yeah, I bet he stopped
bet
eating
was
cigarettes
Done
after
eating
that.
cigarettes.
He's like, oh, I'm supposed to smoke them. Oh.
Yes. Oh, thank
It
you.
was a very Catholic household.
Oh,
And,
man.
Yes. All right, start chewing.
Yeah,
Cigarettes.
do it.
All right.
All
Take,
right.
take the phone away.
Next question.
Take it,
phone.
and also take a chill pill.
Yeah, relax a little bit.
Relax.
Yeah, maybe cool it.
Yeah. All right, Brian.
Yes.
Is it okay for adults to go to Disneyland without kids, right? Or am I losing my mind?
Oh, man. Well, did y'all hear about that lady?
What?
What?
There was
what?
So there was this lady who went to Disney World, and she got upset because there was this childless millennial couple in front of her, where she basically like horribly shamed this girl, and like her kid didn't get a pretzel, so they had to leave the line because the kid started throwing a tantrum, because like that's how lines work, like where you're behind somebody and you have to wait. And so she put out this whole like blurb on Facebook that was like, this is why kids shouldn't be able to kidless adults shouldn't get to go to Walt Disney World, and we should make it where mothers get in line first, and they get priority, and like all this
She
stuff.
sounds like a ball
And
of
it might
fun.
be the one who asked this question.
I think it might be. It's probably the same person.
I can't believe
I
she
think
did
that's
an online
bullshit.
review. That's crazy. I wouldn't.
I think it's bullshit because, what if you don't want kids? But
Right.
you also want to go to Disney World.
Right.
Also,
And-
money's money.
And get out of my face with your judgments about why I'm at Disney World,
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what?
That's the happiest place on earth.
Let's go there, goddammit.
Just because I'm in my 30s doesn't mean I don't
Yeah.
still have dreams of being a Disney princess.
There was a
Right.
guy who commented that said,
Well, I
I go
mean-
to Disney World by myself all the time, and I've never felt so powerful now.
I think to erase the stigma of that, maybe Mickey Mouse should have a beard for a year. You
Give
ever
him a
think
beard.
About that?
Just a big
Really?
ol'...
And you know what? You come up with a better place for me to meet my 17-year-old girlfriend. All right? She doesn't have a phone. She doesn't have a phone. We got to meet somewhere. God.
Next question.
Sorry, didn't mean to get goofy on you.
Yikes.
Don't they have I feel like they have Disney trips though, where it's like dating type things, like almost like speed dating type
You're not allowed on them
vacations
anymore.
or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, Matt's banned from
yeah.
for that last
I'm
statement.
banned from It's a Small World, but not the whole park. Yeah. All right, James. Are you afraid of people who don't blink while talking?
Straight
I've
eye
never
contact.
seen that. I would.
I can't.
I mean, if they don't blink while talking,
I guess
that's
how long it goes. That's all of a sudden you wouldn't be able to think about anything else. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
I mean, there's a threshold for how long someone can be staring at you or, staring into a camera and not blink that it becomes creepy. I mean, I think anyone who goes over 30 seconds unintentionally, yeah,
There's a problem.
I'm terrified. And what's wrong with you?
What is the current status of our culture of eye contact these days? Do you feel like there's enough of it?
It's
I feel
terrifying.
like a lot of
and no
people
one wants to do
don't
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you always find a way to look away, kind of when you're talking to
Oh,
somebody.
yeah. It's very easy.
Maybe it's the phone thing.
Or you stare at their mouths.
Now I was
Okay.
thinking about it, and it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Now
at
we're
Oh
all
yeah,
looking
now
at each
now
other.
we all have to look at each other.
Thanks, Asker.
Yeah.
Thanks, caller.
Did you
Now
ever?
we're all
you
looking
ever-
at each
you ever
other.
done the forehead stare at somebody?
Like where you
Is
stay
that
right
just
above
look over the top? Is that
Yeah,
what you're talking
really
about?
mess
Like a
'em up.
teacher.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like that's a
One of those
teacher
things,
trick. Like a school teacher trick.
Would you ever call somebody out and not blinking? I don't mean call them out, but like, do you need? Are you?
Can you blink?
Can you please blink?
Lubricate those eyeballs.
What about
real
on the
quick?
opposite end of those who blink too much while they
Yeah.
talk?
Well, then they're
ever
just
seen
lying
those?
all the time.
They're just
That person's
Contacts are a bitch.
Double
Ooh,
blink.
there you
and
go.
they're just like,
that person's a liar.
That could be.
They're always lying.
You know, as they say, you don't listen with your ears, you listen with your eyes.
Mhm.
All right,
Oh.
yeah.
remember that when you're talking to somebody.
So you don't say you didn't learn anything on this podcast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you dare.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 seconds. So then your answer is give him 30 seconds.
I think that's a fair threshold.
What happens
Cool.
after
Yeah.
30 seconds? Is it over? Do you leave the
I'm
situation?
backing away
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
yeah.
not breaking eye contact because they haven't either. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you slowly do the dead person eye thing, where like there's somebody got shot and they're on the pavement and their eyes slowly just do the weird like Steven Seagal
Close their eyes.
close their eyes with your ring finger and your index finger.
Oh, they did that. They did that in game.
those, yeah,
They
yeah.
did it in game to Thanos whenever they cut
Oh,
his head
hey,
off.
Spoiler alert.
Whoa.
If
Some of
you
us
know,
gotta
if
see
you
it,
haven't
you know
seen
what I
it
mean?
yet, I don't know what you're waiting
Dude,
for.
you're
It
gonna
just,
have
it just came out. I went to Redbox.
You're
I was
gonna
gonna
have to
get
bleep
around
that
to
out.
it one day.
I mean, did you know it was going to happen?
I haven't seen
Did
any
we
of
all
those
think it wasn't
movies.
going to happen?
You have to
You don't know
bleep
when
that
it
out.
happened. You don't know how it happened.
That's true.
At the end. I haven't
Sorry, everybody. I hope I know. We're going to get so many mean
ruined
emails
it.
now. They just ruined
Ruined it.
in-game.
Joe, is autism contagious? I think my dog caught my autism.
Nope, that's wrong. That's false. That's not how it works. You should just move right along with that idea. I'm going to end it right there. No.
It's not airborne.
Airbud? It's not Airbud.
No.
No, it's not airborne either.
Yeah.
Airbud.
My dog thinks he's Airbud. Does he have autism?
Yeah, I'm going to say your dog doesn't.
Aren't most dogs sort of autistic anyway? A little bit. I don't know.
Probably. I don't know.
It's a little bit.
Think Hoosier is? What do you think? We don't talk about Hoosier enough on the show, I don't think.
He's just in all the pictures.
Yeah, he just made it. I'm sure he is part of them.
Yeah. He's special.
It
Yeah,
happens.
he is a special
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
All dogs go to heaven. All dogs are autistic.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's
That's
deal.
FDA approved. So yeah, I would say stop acting like your dog's autistic.
Yeah.
Stop talking to
Hey,
him like that.
Take a chill pill. All right.
Yeah.
Take another chill pill.
All right.
Figure it
take a
out.
Chill pill. Yeah. Figure it out.
Figured out.
Cool. Well, thanks, James.
That was-
we've
thank
learned a
you.
lot
Right,
today.
yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, come out to Too Damn Hot Affair.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome lineup. A.
Fuck,
Sinclair,
yeah.
Lola Tried, Megafauna, Bear City Fire, obviously. You guys will probably have a table there, I would guess.
We
Do
will.
Some kind of,
Yeah, we'll have a table and we'll
Some-
have all
some
sorts
kind
of goodies to
swag.
give out.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I see you rocking the Sims hat right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll have these for
absolutely.
sale, $20.
Yeah.
Nice hats, yeah.
Yeah, they're black. It's got a mesh trucker back.
Sweet.
And it's got the Sims Foundation logo stitched on the front. It's beautiful. So
See, I always like the rope. across
I do
the
too.
brim,
It's
yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
That's classic.
Yeah.
They come in
hat or
extra,
something.
extra large.
For us
I mean, they're
fatheads.
adjustable.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, no, I have
Ooh,
seen
classic
your
snapback too,
I've seen
everybody.
your hat size. I don't know if they go that big.
Yeah.
Hold on.
it's-
Oh yeah,
You get the
classic,
last one.
classic snapback too, everybody. We're
You'll
looking
have
at,
that
we're looking
like
at snaps
this
back
where
there.
it's just kind of where it connects. It'll just be pointing down.
Just
like,
the one.
you know, because it's only on the
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
And it hurts to
One
wear.
snap left
Still,
over.
yeah, it's a little snug.
Also, Fair City Fire and Austin Detours are going to have a bunch of great silent auction things with all proceeds from the silent auction going to Sims as well. We're going to have some great things to auction off. So come on out. We haven't. We'll be releasing that list pretty soon once we have them all finalized and stuff. But
Yes,
keep
you're
a lookout.
supporting a good cause while watching music. It's a Saturday night, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's Antone's. That place is cool as shit, man.
Antone's,
It's a
man.
They
great-
got sandwiches.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they do have
really.
Sammy's
Dude,
now.
Po' Boys, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Sammy's,
Po' Boys,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, their
Nice.
the other cousin started a po' boy in sandwich shop in Houston, and so there's like a connection between Houston and that.
Yeah.
So they sell the po' boys now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Inside
Shoes
the
shined,
You can
right?
get your shoes shine, your po' boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, and donate to a
Record
good
shop
cause.
there.
What can't
And
you do
rock
at
around the
Antone's?
record shop. Oh
Yeah.
man, I spend way too money at that record shop. That it's what is that? I can't think of it right now. I go there all the time though. Can you find the record shop for me so we can say?
The Antone's Record Shop.
Yeah.
Just go to Antone's and it's at the first floor.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
I forgot
true.
what it's called, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a great record store. If you want to find all your like soul and just old school classics, blues and whatnot, like that's all they specialize in. Original pressings from like the 30s to now of blues music. It's awesome.
Cool.
Man,
Uh,
I love how you just sold like Antone's way better than you sold Austin Detours.
That's part of his job, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. No one's ever been like, oh, so what about your company? They're always asking about Antone, so I have that spiel down.
No one ever asks about Joe.
Hey,
you know?
Joe, can
Yeah.
you riff on, you must have like some kind of Matthew McConaughey joke or something in there.
Yeah. So Matthew McConaughey is a teacher at the University of Texas. So not only is he alumni, but he's a teacher these days. And I don't know if you heard about this, James, but he comes into the school and he likes to do things his own way, right? You've heard about this, right? So he comes in and he's got a very radical way of doing things. So he really wants to change up. And what the changes he's focusing on are the grading curriculum. So he goes straight to the dean and he says, Dean, I want to change up these things. Okay, when my students, they go home and they find their report card online and stuff, when they get a C, they get an all right. If they get a B, they get an all right. If they get an A, Dean, they get an all right.
Dude, people.
I'm sure they fucking.
I told it today and they loved it. People, the other day I got some folks real good. They were like, "No, we've never heard about this. What's going on? Like, what is it?" And then it just hit so well. It was great. Oh man, people love it.
Yeah. Sydney from Minnesota loves it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
great.
No, she does.
I came down here for the McConaughey humor. All right.
You asked and I gave it to you right there.
Yeah.
These are the jokes you can find on a tour with Austin Detour. So come on out and check it out.
Cool. Well, I see you there, August 31st. Antone's, simsfoundation.org. Tickets for the event, either through Facebook or Antone's, I think, the band websites.
Yep.
have them. There's many ways to get that, or just show up that day. Yeah, it'll be a good time. Best show of the summer. I already read the review. Doesn't matter if you're. Wait, do you have to be 18 to get in the club? Or can you be 17?
I think it's 21.
Oh, 21.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt.
Sorry. So if you're 17, bring
Leave
your dog.
Yeah, leave your girlfriend at home, huh, Matt?
They're not gonna have a cell phone. They're not gonna know until they get there. But hey,
Well, all right.
You can come. If you don't have any kids, you can come. If you don't blink when you talk to somebody, you can come.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an autistic dog, you can come. All right?
Yeah. Everybody's welcome.
Just show up. All right? Yeah. We'll see you then. Thanks, James.
All right. Thank you.
Peace.
Later.
Bye.